Hello, I'm Barrett Hicks, and this is my speech interview. And I'm going to be interviewing.
Chad Morrissey.
Is that it? His name? Yeah. What's your name?
Chad Morrissey.
All right. What's your occupation?
I'm a teacher.
Nice. Do you have a family?
I do.
What is your biggest hobby?
I like playing guitar and other instruments and going to the gym.
So, how long have you been playing music?
Started playing when I was 13, 14 years old.
All right. So, 20 plus years.
Yeah, just a little over 20. Yep.
Okay. So, and now I'm gonna dive into your passion with music because
Sure.
I know that's a big part of you. How were you first introduced to music performing? Was it singing or was it an instrument?
My best friend at the time, who I met when I was in kindergarten, got a guitar when he was in 3rd grade, and we started playing around and messing around with that. We had some drums that we messed around with when we were younger, but I got really into it once junior high came around. We actually started playing together quite a bit, and that's when I learned how to play my first instruments.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, what was your first instrument that you started?
My first instrument I'd say I actually could play and learned how to play was the bass guitar.
Okay.
Yeah.
Were you in school band at all?
I did school band in junior high.
Okay.
Yep.
And why'd you do it?
Well, I mean, it was kind of one of those things where I'd always been interested in music, and my dad played in the school band. And so because of that, he played a clarinet, so I decided I was going to play the clarinet. And it was just one of those deals where it was kind of the family expectation that you were going to at least try it out, if nothing else.
Yeah. Yeah. Who were your musical inspirations when you started really getting into music?
So Aerosmith was a big one. They were the first band that I really enjoyed that my parents introduced me to. My first 2 concerts actually were Aerosmith when they came to town. So that 60s, 70s, and kind of into the 80s classic rock was really important early on. And then in junior high, I discovered Metallica, which is by far my favorite band.
Nice.
Yeah.
So since you started on bass guitar as your first instrument that you could actually play well, how did you perform that to people?
Well, with being on the bass, I had played, I sang with the band of my best friend. We did a couple of concerts, and we realized that a drum set and a guitar were not filling in the whole space that needed to fill in. So I decided to pick up the bass and fill in that role in the band. And so that was kind of that whole reason why that was the start for that. So we were playing together, and then just jamming with my best friend whenever we got together and hung out. So, yeah.
Sounds cool. Have you ever written some just music in general? Written music? No.
Yeah. I'll jot a lot of stuff down, especially when I'm here at church.
Yeah.
I'll hear something from a sermon or what somebody says, and I'll kind of write some things down, get some inspiration. And every once in a while I'll throw music around it, but just kind of gathering notes and thoughts. And then every once in a while, something will actually become a full song. So there's a lot of notes out there that never became anything, but were maybe possibly for something else down the road in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever written a full song?
Yeah. Yep. So I have one full song. I have to, there's tweaking that has to happen anytime you do something like that.
Always.
So yeah, I'm hoping I can get the church choir to be my backup vocals for it. We'll see what happens. So
It sounds interesting.
yeah.
Was there any instrument or instruments that you would have liked to play, when you were growing up and going through your music?
Yeah, I to this day, I wish I had started piano when I was 2 or 3 years old. It's one of those instruments that is such a foundational instrument for basically everything you can do out there. And so eventually, hopefully one day, I learn how to play. But I really wish I did that when I was younger.
All right. So I know you played bass, but I also know that you do guitar.
Mhm.
When did you start learning guitar?
So when I was probably 16, a buddy of mine had a guitar in his closet. He never played, and I said, "Hey, can I borrow it?" And I learned how to play through that. And I bought a used electric off for another buddy of mine in high school, and he wasn't playing anymore. But the whole reason why I did that was I wanted to be on staff at Glen Lake, the camp I've been going to forever.
Yeah.
And I saw the people up there playing, and I went, okay, that's my way of getting in on the staff. Like if I have one great trait that would be the reason why they would want to hire me on, is that's what I could do. So I started learning because I wanted to be on staff.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how all that started.
That's cool. When did you incorporate guitar or bass playing with singing?
Well, knowing that I wanted to play on the staff band, and I knew I had a decent voice. I didn't know really how good a voice I had or not, but I knew I could hold tune. So I thought, it would be awesome to be, that guy that was kind of leading the whole thing, being able to do both at the same time as kind of like a front man or a lead man. So,
All right.
yeah.
What was your best performance that you've ever done?
Oh man, there's a lot of good ones out there. I would say that every time Thursday night came along, that second year I was at Glen Lake, we always did the same song at the very end of the night to close it out. And it's my favorite song, so All I Can Say by David Crowder.
That is one of my top 5.
Yeah. I mean, absolutely. It's always been up there for me as one of those songs I can always relate to. So we did that every Thursday night, and we kind of did this prayer in the middle, and we come back to it, and just every time we did it, it was something special.
Yeah, that's one of my top 5 favorite songs that we do in our church band.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely.
What was your worst performance ever?
Probably the first one ever.
Oh.
That first time, me and my buddy, who played the guitar and the drummer we picked up for the band, we just had no idea what we were doing, and we were just kind of fumbling through the whole thing. And there's like 20 people in a coffee shop watching us just like butcher everything we did.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was pretty rough.
That sounds rough. Who are your favorite people to perform with?
To perform with, I mean, I love performing with the youth. I mean, that's why I do what I do. I will say, because I've played so much with our senior pastor, Philip, before he got into being a pastor, was just the youth minister. We played so much together that it's just easy.
Yeah.
It's easy to play with him. And it helps when it's just us two. Like, there's not a whole bunch of other moving parts around, so it's easy to kind of bounce off each other. But his voice matches mine really well because he's more of a tenor, I'm more of a baritone, so our harmonies are really good together. Our playing style is really good. He likes to do some of these like solos that you fill in as you're playing rhythm, and his style with that matches really well with what I do rhythm-wise. So we play really well together. So that's always fun when we get to play together.
All right. Who would you like to perform with? Anyone.
Who would I like to perform with that I haven't already performed with before, like ever?
It could be someone that you have performed with, or it could be someone that you haven't ever performed with, dead or alive.
Oh, dead or alive? Oh my gosh, that is a hard question. Let's say I really like playing blues live. So I would say to be able to play with Stevie Ray Vaughan would be pretty fabulous. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
And last but most certainly not least, what is your favorite genre of music?
So listening wise, You know, I love classic rock. Talked about Metallica. Love that kind of harder rock to listen to. But as far as playing live, I have a lot of fun riffing with 12 Bar Blues. I just kind of playing with a house band, and everybody kind of gets their own little piece to solo with, and that fits my singing style too really well. So it's a lot of fun to perform blues live.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's how jazz works.
yeah, same deal. Same
Thank you
deal.
so much, Chad.
Hey, appreciate it. Thanks, man.